Hi guys, for this week's chop, it's going to be a mix of vegetables. So this is sprouts. I would cut these up into small pieces and pop them in the blender. Then I would cut one carrot into chunks and also add this into the blender. So then you want to pop your lid on and blend the food for around 30 seconds. This will just finely chop the vegetables, which will allow the parrot to eat it easier. Depending on what type of parrot you've got, will depend on the size you would need to blend it to. I just have it finely chopped for Freddie and he absolutely loves it. So then once those are finely chopped, you'd add them into a bowl, carrot and 3 sprouts. So I'm just pouring them into that bowl at the minute. Then for the moment I would leave that to one side and be cutting up the other vegetables. Next I would cut one courgette up into small pieces. Here's Freddie just coming for a little taste. He absolutely loves the seasonal feeding from Beatrix, which is all of our inspiration. It's super healthy for them. They've got their own website with all the details on. They're amazing. Then I'd cut up one broccoli into small chunks and add that into the blender. At the moment I'm adding half a cauliflower. Just popping them in right now. pop the lid on, and you want to blend this for around 30 seconds. It's so nice for your bird to take part in making these chop recipes, obviously having a little taste and seeing all the vegetables that will be included. I really love making it with Freddie. He loves being involved, and it gives us some quality time together. Just checking if it's all mixed now, putting it on for a second time just to make sure it's chopped finely. And that's ready. So that's cauliflower, broccoli and courgette. That will be added into the carrot and the Brussels sprouts for later. Just scraping all that out into the bowl. Then for the next part, I am cutting up a red bell pepper. You can leave the seeds in, as parrots are able to eat these. So just chopping it all up and then popping it in the blender. The final vegetable is red cabbage. So I just take a couple of pieces off and then cut it finely. Just popping them in together. We're going to blend them together for around 30 seconds. Okay, so at this point you will need another bowl and a strainer. So then once you've got these items and you're happy with the size of the pieces, you can have a little check and then empty it into the strainer. So I'm just putting it on again for a few more seconds to cut it down a little bit more. and then scrape it into the strainer. There's Freddie just having a little try of it. He absolutely loves having a little taste and an explore when we're making these feeds. Look how cute he is. Okay, so now I would leave that in there for a few minutes just to drain and let all the water out. If you don't do that, it will dye the rest of the chop the same colour as the cabbage. So I just leave that to drain for a few minutes, giving it a mix just to make sure the water comes out. I then just give it another little mix and then rest it on top of the paper towel. It just gives it more of a chance to for the paper towel to absorb the water. So I'll just do that for a few minutes, and then I would combine them, put them all back in the blender to combine all of the veg together. Just as in the past, I haven't done this, and when you're dividing it, you would have more of some of the veg. For example, a lot of carrot in one feed and then a lot of broccoli in another. So I just prefer to put it in the blender for 10 seconds and combine it all together, but you don't have to do this. It's personal preference, completely your choice. So then once that's combined, that's this week's chop all made, ready for Freddie. I would then weigh it and bag it, and then I freeze it and just take it out overnight for the next morning. So Freddie has 20 grams of this every morning.